Four things happening today. It's the start of a new month, it's International Reggae Day, and the beginning of a fantastic lineup of activities to celebrate Reggae Month 2024, all the way to February 29. And on top of those activities is a concert today in tribute of the late reggae icon Dennis Brown, whose birthday is also February 1.
Oh, everybody be a sing. La, la, whoa. I wanna hear you sing again.
The rhythm always gets you moving to the beat. That's what reggae does. I know I cut the vibe short, but it's coming back later in the show when we recap past stagings. We will also give a short history of the birth of reggae and remind you to submit your life certificate to keep getting your pension. Thanks for making it Jamaica Magazine. I'm your host, Adrian Atkinson. Stay with us.
Once upon a time in a Caribbean island known for its rich culture, natural beauty, lived a group of people who were buried in piles and piles and more piles of paper. Papers spanning back to the start of time. Then came a bright idea, harnessing technology to work smarter and not harder. The government of Jamaica is improving its operations to serve citizens better. Many services are now available online, and there's more to come. The government of Jamaica, building a better public sector for all. Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, February 1, 2024. Government has officially launched the Jamaica Screen Development Initiative, JSDI, offering a pool of funds from which locally made screen productions can receive financial support. With a budgetary allocation of $1 billion, Prime Minister Andrew Holness launched the JSDI at Jamaica House on Wednesday. Creators will be able to apply for grants or loans at different stages of production through the initiative, which is managed by the Jamaica Promotions Corporation, JAMPRO. It is accessible to creators of all genres of feature films and short films, animated shorts, web series or episodics, miniseries, reality and/or unscripted content. The initiative is expected to be a key pillar in the growth of the local film industry.
We are going to expand our ability to generate more revenues, and then we're going to use those increased revenues to focus on the development of our people and our culture, because it is the productivity of our people and our culture that will lead to peace and even greater productivity, which leads to prosperity.
We want to see an industry that allows for the creation of high-quality, commercially viable content, not just for domestic markets, but for global markets. Ultimately, we want to inject expenditure in the economy. We want to grow Jamaican jobs, and we want to increase the technical capacity of Jamaicans to produce commercial opportunities in filmed entertainment.
Applicants for the JSDI must be Jamaican, 18 years or older. Companies must be registered in Jamaica with at least 51% Jamaican ownership. Other criteria are outlined at dobusinessjamaica.com. Applications for the JSDI open online on March 18 and close April 28 when verification and evaluation begins. Awardees will be notified on August 15. Clarification and sensitization sessions will take place on February 28 and March 2. The Agricultural Produce Amendment Act, which will facilitate the imposition of harsher penalties for predial larceny, has been gazetted and is now in effect. Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining, Floyd Green, made the disclosure during a press briefing at his ministry's offices on Wednesday. The maximum fine for breaches under the law has moved from $250,000, or 3 months in prison, to $3 million, or 3 years imprisonment. Giving an update on the Predial Larceny Prevention Act, Mr. Green says the ministry is awaiting feedback from the Attorney General on the proposed amendments.
So we do expect to take it to Cabinet in this quarter, right? And then hopefully very early in our new legislative year, we'll be able to get those amendments passed.
In the meantime, he says significant stakeholder discussions are taking place in relation to embarking on a study examining the impact of predial larceny on agriculture. The Agriculture Minister adds that work is being done with the farmers in conjunction with the Predial Larceny Unit to sensitize them on what they can do to make themselves more difficult targets.
And a lot of our farmers, especially the small ruminant space, are taking heed. So for example, moving from open grazing, where you tie out your animals, to establishing goat houses and putting in security systems around those houses.
The Sugar Company of Jamaica Holdings, SCJH, is accelerating the pace of reallocating lands formerly used for sugarcane cultivation into alternative agricultural endeavors. Minister of Agriculture Floyd Green made the announcement during Wednesday's press briefing at his ministry.
And I want to commend the Sugar Company of Jamaica because we have seen an acceleration of that. In fact, we have now about 65,000 acres that were former sugar lands that are now put into agriculture across different dispensations, whether it be cash crop, animal rearing, orchards, and other initiatives.
The minister reveals that in 2023, an additional 2,500 acres of former sugarcane lands were put into different activities.
So we had 17 cash crop allocations amounting to about 614 acres. We had animal rearing, another 7.5 acres, 25 acres during the last year have gone into orchards. And we are seeing some exciting initiatives come to the fore. In fact, one of the most notable allocations last year is the Sugar Company of Jamaica has leased now 500 acres, which will go into castor bean production for the development, significant development of our castor oil sector.
He advises that a castor oil project is expected to be launched this year through private investment. 30 young women who reside in communities in Kingston and Portmore are to benefit from business development support to realize their entrepreneurial goals. This is being done through the Realize, Embrace, Achieve Your Purpose, REAP Women Entrepreneurship Project 2024, which was launched on Monday. It seeks to provide training opportunities, business coaching, mentoring, and financial support of up to $3 million to each entrepreneur. Industry Minister Senator Aubin Hill has lauded the project, which is funded by the PriceSmart Foundation. He asserts that it is crucial for government, financial institutions, educational facilities, and the private sector to collectively help enhance the productivity of small and medium-sized enterprises to export and grow the country's GDP per capita.
These endeavors are geared towards uplifting individual entrepreneurs, propelling economic prosperity, fostering robust GDP growth, and enhancing Jamaica's position in the global market through expanded support.
And finally, tomorrow, February 2, is World Wetlands Day. Guided tours of the Institute of Jamaica's field station in Mason River, Clarendon, will be the principal activity marking this year's observance. The 2024 celebrations are being held under the theme Wetlands and Human Well-Being. Students will be participating in brief tours of the Mason River Protected Area, which is situated on the border of Clarendon and St. Anne and was formally established in 1963 to preserve Jamaica's only documented inland peat bog. It currently occupies 202 acres of land and was designated a bird sanctuary in 1998 and declared a National Heritage and Protected Area in 2002. Local World Wetlands Day activities will also include a joint exhibition featuring members of the National Ramsar Convention, such as the Caribbean Coastal Area Management Foundation and the Institute of Jamaica Natural History Museum, among others. The National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA, is spearheading the event. For more information, you can contact them at 876-754-7540. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
If you're a government pensioner, you must remember to submit your life certificate to continue receiving your monthly payment.
Do you know if you're qualified for government pension? Why must pensioners present a life certificate? Pensioners should submit their life certificates to the Accountant General's Department, AGD. The AGD is the country's treasury and the operational department within the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service charged with facilitating and reporting on the flow of funds within the public sector. The department is responsible for handling the administration of salaries paid to public sector workers of 13 ministries and departments, as well as the distribution of pensions and gratuities to former employees and their families. Are you contributing to a pension scheme? Hi, I'm Shaquille Rochester Shorter and welcome to Finance Matters. Today, I will be speaking with Mr. Raja Harrison, Deputy Accountant General of Financial Operations at AGD, about the company's mobile drive life certificate collection and other services being offered. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow the Ministry of Finance on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn to see all the episodes and highlights. Mr. Harrison, thanks for joining us. Why is life certificate so important to pensioners? What is it?
Well, the life certificate, pleasure having me, firstly. The life certificate is a form that originates from the Accountant General's Department. And each pensioner is required to complete it, and a certifying officer, which is listed below, whether it's a justice of the peace, police, or teacher at a particular level, should be certifying that form and have it returned to the Accountant General's Department. It is important because without that form being returned on a quarterly basis, the pension payment will be suspended.
Why must it be returned on a quarterly basis?
Well, currently the policy in place requires that it be submitted quarterly, and we are governed by that as we speak.
So how much money would you say is paid out annually in pensions?
It's approximately $40 billion.
40 billion is paid out annually?
Yes.
To pensioners. So what is the difference now between the government pension and the NIS pension scheme?
Well, the government pension scheme, government pension overall, is paid to persons who are employed or former employees of central government.
Okay.
Now, the NIS pension scheme, once you are employed, whether privately or publicly, once you contribute to the NIS, you are entitled to a pension after a particular period of years. So one is central government, budgeted funded persons who are paid and are retired. The other, it doesn't have to be employed to government. You can be in the private sector and contribute to your pension scheme,
Okay.
NIS, and therefore you're still entitled to an NIS pension.
So where can Jamaicans find more information about the pension scheme?
The pension scheme for the AGD, you can find more information about it at our website. That's www.treasury@gov.jm, and all the information will be there.
Well, Mr. Harrison, thank you for coming on our program and telling us about the AGD. And thank you for joining us on this episode of Finance Matters. Remember to follow us on social media at MOF Jamaica and tune in next week as we continue to demystify the economic and fiscal policies and initiatives implemented by the government to empower Jamaicans as we chart a path to Jamaica's economic prosperity.
Some of the activities for Reggae Month include the usual Reggae Wednesday, Reggae Conversations, Children of the Icons. Many other engagements are planned with the whole month's calendar tailored to have something for everyone. To get you warmed up, come catch the rhythm with a recap of past stagings.
This is an exhibition that began in Paris, the Philharmonie de Paris, and then made its way to Sao Paulo in Brazil, and now it's finally come home. It's an exploration of Jamaican music.
What a bam bam, bam bam, salam bam. What a bam bam, bam bam, salam bam. Road Jack, don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Road Jack, don't you come back no more.
What we are do what we I'm bravo. What you know now? See it now. Come here now, take it to one. Make your shoulder move like a jackaman. Boy. Reggae Month.
Wonderful world, beautiful people. You and your girl, things could be pretty, but underneath this, there is a secret that nobody can reveal.
You can't do without it. It's electric. Woogie, woogie, woogie. Jiggle me some more. She's a jiggle for your jaw. She's a moving along like she's so good. You don't want to lose.
Reggae music means everything to me. It means the world to me.
Reggae is the heartbeat of a people.
Reggae help people to know more about themselves.
Reggae is global. Reggae is everywhere.
Yeah, reggae is my life, you know. I put into reggae ministry, I walk out saying that or something.
We have something which the world crave even right now.
I am, but I did, I'm tired. We are.
Come catch the rhythm. For the entire month of February, activities have been planned to focus on highlighting the significant impact reggae music has had on the world and its immeasurable benefits to Jamaicans.
Reggae music has been recognized as one of the most dynamic creations of people of African descent that has fortified and brought together the aspirations of our people.
When we step out of place, it's really goodbye. Keep up, no room for no good mind. Cause there's no space for that in our life. You love reggae music, now everybody be a sing. I wanna hear you sing again. Now give me the mix, now give me the mix, now give me the mix, and that's it, live. And when I say you gotta love.
Oh, I don't seem to be caught up inside our dream all my life. It's always been a shadow in me. Well, over my shoulder there's always a voice somewhere saying I never should try to set my heart free.
Well, Jah is great, so keep the faith. God, you did my day. Get on up, stand up. Come when we check it out, Lord, no way no better than all Jamaicans. Oh, when we check it out, Lord, no way no better than. Hear me now, me say Jamaican pass me hear you. Say all over, learn to dance. Come down and people getting new brand dance, Good time dancing, come back again. Well, for what on your bike, watch it over again. Good time. Now see the other one that know. Well, for what on, what's this?
Be sure to download the Reggae Jamaica app for Reggae Month's daily activities and entertainment so you don't skip a beat. After all, they are free of cost to you.
Just like our motto, out of many one people, our music passed through several cultures and stages before the birth of the unique sound of reggae. The history is being told right here on the island at the Institute of Jamaica. Take a look.
Relax, man, we'll soon get there. In fact, we are here, the Institute of Jamaica. This is where we're going.
What is this, Grandpa?
When you go in, you'll see. Come on, let's go.
Oh, where's a carry me someplace where me no want to go.
You say you want to be a musician? Well, you have to come here. Let me show you where the music is coming from. Step inside. See, this is where I want you to come. You see how far Jamaican music coming from, Kadeen? These are Tainas, the first people, and see, they're playing drums and dancing. And look at these African instruments. That's when the first Africans came to Jamaica. Now, I bet you don't know what this instrument is.
Rumba box?
It is a rumba box, and you hear that in what kind of music now?
Mento.
Mento, that's what makes the mento music so sweet. Now, look at this. This is jazz music. Jamaica had a rich tradition of jazz. Coming right out of Alpha Boys School, you see it? Right after jazz, the same jazz musicians were playing R&B.
I found my thrill.
That came from America. And when the R&B dried up from America, then they started making Jamaican R&B. Jamaican turned the R&B around and made their own Jamaican style of R&B music, which then led to ska.
It was the beginning of independence. Ska was looked upon as the new sound of Jamaica. We find in our own identity, not following the American R&B or the ballad or the middle of the road kind of music that was coming from North America and Europe. And so it was very nationalist in its outlook and output.
Gather together, be brothers and sisters, we're independent. Join hands to hands, children started to dance, we're independent. Oh, be said and do. The Lord is still with you. God bless, no one curse. Thank God I'm not the worst.
Seems like the music always speak about social issues.
A lot of the music is about social issues. After all, life is music and music is life. After ska, you got Rocksteady.
Rocksteady, the rhythm, the ska still continue, but the bass rock. And the guitar and the piano, ska same way. But the bass, the emphasis on the bass, so you fall back on you.
Well, it looks as if we can hear music here.
I like this, Grandpa.
This
nice.
is Rocksteady. No, you should have seen me and your grandmother in those days. Rocking steady.
Yeah, Grandpa.
Yes. That's Alton Ellis, you know. The great Rocksteady singer. But we turn down the people things here. Next thing, they throw us out of here. And go back to watch this thing.
But Grandpa, you've been talking about Jamaican music for how long now? And until now, I haven't heard anything about reggae.
Well, we're coming right up to reggae now. Here we are, reggae. Well, first of all, many people say that reggae was born at Sir Coxson's Studio 1 on Brentford Road.
Clement Dad brought a piece of machinery to the studio for about a year. It was sitting there. And no one knew exactly what to do with it. And so they hooked it up one day and decided to implement it. And they discovered it was a tape delay. And so they hooked it into the machine and they started doing it into the recording. So when they put the guitar sound through the tape delay, it comes back saying, the rest of studios hearing this recording out there thought it was the guitar making that and just copied that, and that was the birth of reggae music.
I want to do the reggae, girl, with you. Yeah, come on to me.
Here are some of the great artists who came out of that. Bob Marley, Peter Tosh and Bonnie Livingston, the Wailers, Burning Spear, and so on. Now, reggae was also a way of life. It was the greatest advertisement for Rastafari.
I think it's my time to teach you a little bit.
What can you teach me?
Come right here, sir.
Oh, dancehall. I know that's when you were going to get happier.
It was just a little bit different in the 80s where you have more artists that come and you have to compete with artists like every day, and the dancehall vibes, when you go into the dancehall, you know, you have to just hold the mic to get a bus. And now it's different, you just have a CD, you go to the radio station and get some airplay.
The 90s had these persons like Beenie Man, Lady Saw, and Bounty Killer. Up to today, Beenie Man and Bounty Killer still have swag. Right now, we have producers that are artists that are producers, and radio jocks who are doing both. With technology, the music is now diverse.
We are accepting music on a broader scale. One time gone till you want to hear hip-hop music or techno music being played in a dancehall setting. And that is happening right now. A lot of pop music is being accepted. Disco music, techno music, electro house music is being accepted right now. Hip-hop music is widely accepted right now. So we as Jamaican, we are listening to a wide cross-section of music.
That means that we took music and turned it into Jamaican music, and we have given it back to the world, and everything has now come together. Kadeem, the tour done. See, it wasn't that bad after all.
For real, Grandpa. Really inspired by all of this. Well, out of many, we're really one music.
And you might yet become a good musician.
Thanks, Grandpa.
Yes.
This is where our journey ends, but only for today. Do join us again tomorrow and we'll bring you another informative program. In the meantime, stay connected via our website, jis.gov.jm. And while you're online, send your feedback to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm or via X at JIS News. You may also find us on all the major social media platforms and through our mobile app that's Android and iOS compatible. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.